Man, it's one of those things, man. I'd put Cowboy and Frankie in the same category. It doesn't really matter who they're going against. It's hard to bet against them. So I think Cowboy's more well-rounded, and he's definitely more experienced. So I think Mike Perry's going to do a lot of great things in the division, but I think this is a tough matchup for him.
I think Donald Cerrone, his technique's just a little bit better. I think, I know Perry's been going up there and training with those guys up at Albuquerque, so he impressed me his last fight. Even though he fought somebody who you normally fight at 155, he seemed a little bit more technical, but he still, as the fight went on, just goes back to his old way of fighting, just swinging for the fences. And I think Cerrone's, his accuracy is a little bit better, and I think his technique is better. So I'm going for Cerrone.
That one, I didn't even want to pick that one. That one, just sit back and watch that fireworks. And this will be a welterweight, okay? I gotta look at this fight again. There's a little bit of beef with that one as well, so I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I just want to watch it, to be honest. It's gonna be a good fight.
Don't know, don't care. You know, there's two bums that can't hold my jock strap. They shouldn't even be fighting in the UFC. To be honest, they should be fighting in Indian casinos. Those guys are both bums.
That's a good one, man. This is Perry's one of his #1 fans right here. And I think he's got Perry. I've trained with Cerrone a couple times, but I'm a fan of Perry too. I'll go with Cerrone. He'll go with Perry. We'll see what's up.
That's another fun one, man. I think Mike Perry's going to end up taking it. Just his style. I think it's a bad style matchup for Cerrone. He's not really good against pressure fighters. I think Perry's going to pressure him and break him.
Mike Perry. I think Donald Cerrone's at the end of his rope. Man, he's just taking fights just for kicks. Probably not really taking it too serious. So I'm going to go with Mike Perry.
Man, I don't know. I think there's a lot of positive for Mike Perry being at Jackson's, and those guys knowing so much about Cerrone. I think that's a little bit of a mental warfare game right there. And Mike Perry just has that raw, ruthless, like crazy fighting style where he just doesn't care at all, And I think Cerrone has had some fights where like we've seen him break a little bit, and I think that might play a role in this fight. I think Platinum Perry's going to bring that raw aggression and attitude towards this fight, and I think it might phase Cerrone, and Platinum Perry might come out with a TKO victory or even a KO victory in the fight. But he has to be aware of Cerrone's ground game. He's really slick on the ground. If he can get an early takedown, I think he can get a submission. But I'll go with Perry in that fight. He's the up and rising guy. So.
I think Mike Perry's going to win. He just comes forward too much, and that's something that Cerrone can't handle. I think he's going to knock him out.
Oh, dude. Oh. Cerrone. I gotta go for Cerrone.
That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. That is a really tough one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'll go Cerrone. He's I don't know, man, because I feel like Felder and Cerrone are very similar stylistically. Felder broke his arm in the first round, so you have to take that into account. Perry's a gritty dude, though, man. He gets in your face and he likes to bang. So it's difficult because if you would have told me like after the Max Griffin fight, I would say Cerrone for sure. But after watching the Felder fight, it kind of makes me whatever. So if you're putting me on the spot, I'll go Cerrone though.
That's a hard one, man. I don't know because skill level wise, I think Cerrone has more tools. But he's also has way more damage, more mileage. He's also naturally not the bigger guy. I mean, he's not smaller than Platinum, but okay, I'm gonna go with Cerrone on them.
I think Cerrone's gonna win it. I mean, Perry's gonna come out and fight, but Cerrone just has that experience.
I think Mike Perry wins that. I think that I don't think Cerrone's what he was before. I think Perry's gonna just catch him. I don't think Cerrone's chin is what it was. I think his chin is starting to go a little bit. And I know Perry, he's got that wild man syndrome where, he's going to come in slinging punches. Actually, that's the fight I want the winner of. I think that after I win this fight, I think that's a great next fight for me, the winner of that fight. But obviously, I got to still go out and handle my business before I start calling people up. But I think if Cerrone sticks to clean punches beat Perry. I've said this from the beginning. You come out there with a game plan of straight punches, not getting into brawls, is an easy recipe to beat Perry, but I don't think that's just not the way Cerrone fights. So I think that Perry's going to win that.